we were growing a lot of masses, but we were attracting a lot of more diverse people. So in addition to the hardcore geek coders, there were also designers, and then my background was in marketing. So I felt like maybe we weren't drawing in the marketing people who could learn how to use some of these new online technologies. So I wanted to expose a new group of people to the creative tech that was happening in the city.
David, did you see that sort of as a threat to your group, this new group and all these other new things going on?
Yeah, I think we were a fledgling organization. We were a fledgling, very young community. At the time of the trip, we were only about 5 months old. So yeah, there was a fear that, okay, if all these other groups start kind of splintering off, are we going to have factions? Is it going to dilute the talent pool? Is it going to, instead of having 100 and 110 people per meetup, are we only going to now have 50 or 60 because there's some other event going on that night? But I think the truth of the matter is that it actually strengthened our community, because we were able to come back and have all of these different organizations but still fall under one umbrella, and without it being a fear that was quickly allayed.
Chris, Bill, you also sort of filled that void for the tech community with New Orleans Tech.net.
Yes. Yes, I mean, there were a lot of great things. I mean, we had a lot of great local grassroots groups starting. We had, things like, Geno Code, which is a group just for coders and web designers. Now we have a nola3.MPG club that's for podcasts and podcasts, with a lot of tech startups coming to the city. We had Bar Camp, for folks who are familiar with Bar Camp. We had a TribeCon that Chris and Tiffany put on. Believe nobody documented this. And by documenting, we had no traditional media, no newspaper, magazines. We had no local bloggers. Nobody was talking about technology in New Orleans. And so myself and a couple of my colleagues, we stepped up to do that. And so we created this thing called nola3.MPG. And basically what we do is we highlight technology in New Orleans. So we fill that void to talk about local tech news in New Orleans. We do that through a website. So we write about, tech events, tech conferences, things that go on in the city. We also have a bi-weekly podcast called The Bang It Out Show. And we also have tech-based community outreach programs. So I mean, for us, it was more or less about just to really step up and to be that voice for our community that was not one.
And that's an important point. We've got all these different people and all these different groups, and they've all got sort of the same goal. They want to have the city and talk about the city. So we've got all these competing things going on. We've got the techies, the social media, the marketing. I mean, so who's leading all this? Who's leading this? Chris, are you leading this?
Maybe a little bit, I don't know, but can I just take the temperature of the audience a little bit? How many people in the room are familiar with movements like Bar Camp, and Ignite, co-working?
Oh, awesome.
Okay, great. And where do you guys have those? Are those things happening where you're from? You're seeing those? You want to see more? Yeah. Okay, it's interesting because we're sort of talking about those. I'm just trying to get a feel of, those are all movements that have been happening in New Orleans, and they're all very new to New Orleans. Post Katrina, and things that I think nationwide and around the world are all movements that are happening. One of these things about these organic movements is leadership is very different than traditional organizational structures. It's not a top-down leadership structure with a board, an executive committee. Frankly, usually nobody's paid on these things. Nobody makes any money, right? But so leadership is very important, and sort of the how leadership happens and how it kind of gets defined is important. I mean, we actually had a snafu on kind of a pitch meeting with a traditional Greater New Orleans sort of a developmental agency, and we were pitching what we were going to be doing. And I made the mistake of saying that Net Squared, this organization to which we all belong, had no leadership, which was a little bit insulting to Damien over here. But
That's why I'm sitting next to him right now.
Yeah, exactly. But what it means is it really is a very organic leadership structure, and I think that's one of the challenges that we've seen is sort of that continuation of leadership. Leadership's very important, but the bottom line is if you have an idea, if you want to start a movement, if you see, you have a tech community, a coders group, and you want to start it, you got to start it. You've got to step up and sort of take the lead and do this thing, because nobody's going to come and tap you on the shoulder to do it. You have to do it yourself, and you have that opportunity, and there's a lot of people in this room that have done that.